Like a squirrel in search of an acorn, Leo. Always hunting but never quite there.
A goblin, really? I prefer to think we're all just actors on a stage, man.
And what if the stage falls apart, huh? What if the goblin decides to eat us all? It's terrifying.
You worry too much, Kel. Keep that up and your hair's gonna turn white.
Oh, and look at Mr. Cool, calm as a cucumber. Must be nice not giving a damn about anything.
Oh, but he does care, don't you, Nick? About that goblin under your bed, perhaps? But seriously, folks, aren't we all just a little weirded out by this whole thing?
You ever get the feeling like we're not all here at the same time? Like we're having different conversations in separate realities?
Oh, absolutely. I've always said time is a construct, like a bowl of spaghetti. We're all just noodles swimming in sauce.
That's one way to put it, Fredman.
I had this great idea earlier about time travel. It seemed so perfect. Then I started thinking about paradoxes and how I might accidentally erase myself from existence. So much for that.
Ah, paradoxes, the bane of any physicist's existence. And you know, Kelly, acting out those time-traveling scenes from plays is such a delight.
Is it now? Mayhaps we're already living a paradox. Always trying to outrun the past but tripping over the future.
Nick, my boy, there's no outrunning or tripping in my reality. Life's a stage and believe me, I'm loving every act.
A stage? Well, the curtain's about to fall on your spaghetti noodles theory, Fredman.
We can't even agree on whether we exist or not, or what time it is. It's as if we're caught in this never-ending loop of existential dread.
So, you ever wonder if we're just marionettes in someone's puppet show? Seriously, think about it. Our strings are pulled by the unseen hands of the universe.
I mean, who would even want to watch that? My life is just one big blooper reel.
What if it's all just a gag? Maybe the universe is laughing at us?
That is a horrifying thought, Leo. Thanks for that.
Always here to brighten up your day, Kelly.
But do you ever feel like someone else is controlling your actions? Like you're not the one saying these words? Anyway, I've been doing some self-reflection lately.
Oh boy, here it comes.
And I can't help but feel that people are always measuring me up against some ideal that I'll never meet.
Well, Kelly, maybe they're just measuring you up against their own insecurities. Like how I might be comparing my comedy writing to others in the industry. Or maybe how Manfred constantly feels the need to be different.
You think? That actually makes sense. But it's still unsettling to think about. I mean, what if we're all just pawns in a larger game?
That would be quite a twist. But hey, wouldn't it make a great sitcom plot?
More like a horror show.
Aw, come on, where's your sense of humor? Lighten up.
How can I lighten up when we are living in an existential dread?
Well, Kelly, when you put it that way, guess we'll just have to enjoy the ride. Dear Internet, in the labyrinth of everyday life, we often stumble upon mundane mysteries. Take, for instance, traffic lights. Simple in function, yet their whimsical changes of hue govern our every movement. Green, yellow, red. A spectrum that masterfully manipulates our reality. In the heart of the City of Angels, a tapestry of twisted metals and concrete, there is an unremitting rhythm, a heartbeat that pulsates steadily to the tempo of these tricolor eyes that blink without cease. Yet, what if the rhythm falters? What if a traffic light did not obey its own command? Green to yellow, yellow to red, and then nothing. An unending pause in the city's rhythm, a silence that echoes in the ears of time itself. This idea troubles me in ways I cannot articulate. The specter of absolute control suddenly losing its reins, just for a moment, and then what happens to us? Yours, Leo Borges.
You know what's funny about time? Sometimes I feel like I'm in yesterday, today, and tomorrow all at once.
Time. I was just thinking about how chocolate tastes like strawberries when the lights are off.
Chocolate? That's not the point, Nick. The point is, what's the point?
Ever think maybe we're not who we think we are? Like, maybe I used to be a math teacher in a different life.
A math teacher? I break into cold sweats thinking about numbers. What if I'm not really Kelly Coffee, but a guy named Bob living in Idaho?
Idaho? No one lives in Idaho, Kelly. But what if I used to be serious? Like a lawyer or a doctor?
Or a lion tamer.
Wait, you guys ever think that maybe hot dogs taste better in the rain because they're lonely?
Lonely hot dogs? You're not listening to us, Nick. We're talking about our potential past lives.
Or future ones.
Future lives, as what? Garden gnomes?
No, not gnomes. Maybe as someone less neurotic, someone more.
More like me. Nah, you wouldn't want that. It's much too chaotic. Have you ever thought that maybe shadows are just ghosts of our past selves?
That's ridiculous, Nick. Shadows are just, I don't know, absence of light or something.
No, no. Listen to this. What if light is just the ghost of darkness? And hot dogs taste like love lost when it rains.
Nick, your thoughts are like a confusing maze. There's not even an exit.
But maybe he has a point, Leo. Maybe we're all just ghosts in the machine.
Machine? Now that's an idea. What if we're all cogs in a celestial car engine?
Manfred, that doesn't even make sense.
Makes perfect sense to me. We need fuel, we break down, we need repair.
Maybe.
If anyone's broken here, it's you three.
Leo, you're so obsessed with being right that you miss the magic in everything.
Yeep! Magic everywhere, my dear friends. The floor is lava.
What on earth are you talking?
Wait. I suddenly understand. We are the lava and the floor.
And the shoe stepping on it. It's all an endless cycle. Speaking of cycles, I wonder what cheese thinks about when it melts.
Probably about how it used to be milk.
That's enough. Can we please talk about something normal? Did you ever consider that time is just a thief, stealing moments from us?
Time's no thief, Leo. It's a business partner. You just gotta know how to negotiate.
Oh, I totally agree with you, Nick. Time is definitely like a business partner.
That's not exactly what I said, Kelly.
Of course you did. I always try to understand you.
Can't say I appreciate the same, Kelly.
I think of time as a river made of invisible jellyfish. No, wait. It's more like a sneeze that never ends.
A never-ending sneeze? Manfred, what on earth are you talking about?
Oh, I think I get it. It's like we're experiencing the same moment over and over again.
Exactly, Kelly. We're all stuck in the eternal nostril of existence.
And as long as there's money to be made in this nostril, I'm fine with it.
You would sell tickets to your own downfall if there was a profit, wouldn't you? It's a depressing thought though, stuck in an eternal cycle of
Sneezing?
Ever notice that shop across the street? The one with the odd neon sign?
The one with the bizarrely testy cat in the window? Yeah, I swiped a trinket from there once. What? It was just lying there, begging to be adopted. Besides, that cat could use some company.
You stole from a cat? That's a new low, even for you, Nick.
It was a liberating act. I was rescuing it from a life of feline tyranny.
Are you guys talking about that strange store? The one that feels like it's trapped between now and 14 years ago?
That's the one. Always wanted to visit it. It has this allure. Draws you into its time warp.
Just make sure not to shoplift, Leo. You might end up with 9 lives and a furball problem. Or worse, become a cat hoarder with an apartment that smells like tuna.
Oh, come on, Kelly. Think of it as an adventure. If Leo gets cursed, we'd have our own sitcom episode to live out.
Maybe, but remember the last adventure we had? We're still scrubbing off the cheap spray paint.
All right. No thefts from moody cats or adventures in time warping stores. Though I can't promise about not becoming a cat hoarder. Dear Internet, there exists a city nestled between the golden hills surrounding Los Angeles and the never-ending blue of the nearby Pacific. A city built not of brick or stone, but ideas. Fragments of thought and splinters of conversations paint its streets, forming a landscape as surreal as any dream. In this city, laughter is currency and time is an illusion. The residents don't age nor do they grow wise. Sometimes, they walk backwards just to feel the familiarity of confusion. Friendships here are as complex as the knots in a magician's rope ties that bind or slip away depending on the joke of the hour. The sun in this city never sets. It hangs in the sky, casting long shadows that twist and contort into stories only half remembered. Here, constant noise echoes through empty cafes while silence waits patiently in crowded rooms. Welcome, dear reader, to our peculiar little corner of existence. Sincerely, Leo Borges.
You know, sometimes I think I'm the moon of this city, waxing and waning, always on the fringe of the party. Does anyone else feel like they're stuck in a perpetual moment, like a glitch in the universe?
Glitch or no glitch, I can't help but keep dancing. The music here never stops.
Yeah, that's because they've replaced silence with background noise. Makes you forget the world outside the city.
Much like butter side down toast, am I right, folks? I mean. Life in LA is like toast, it only makes sense butter side down.
Classic Manfred. But seriously, don't you guys ever wonder if maybe we're all just wrong?
Wrong? Nah, we're comedians. We're never wrong, just funny.
You know, time isn't linear, it's more like spaghetti.
Yesterday I sailed with Captain Ahab searching for the white whale, Moby Dick. Today I'm here talking about spaghetti time.
Spaghetti time. Sounds like a risk I'd take. A plate of pasta could be a deadly weapon of distraction.
Only if you choke on it, Nick. Or is it a weapon because you'd use it to attack someone?
No, Leo, metaphorically, I think. Distractions are dangerous.
Ever wonder why we're here?
You mean in this apartment or the existential question? Both?
Last night I was an Amazonian queen. Today I am here, existentially speaking, of course.
Kelly, one moment you're on a boat hunting a whale and now you're an Amazonian queen. Make up your mind, will you?
Maybe I like imaginary adventures, Leo.
And we like listening to them, Kelly.
Not all that glitters is gold. Did you know ostriches can't actually bury their heads in the sand? What does gold even taste like?
Probably not as good as spaghetti.
You ever feel like time is stacking up on itself, Nick?
Kelly, my boy, time doesn't stack. It's more like jazz, improvised and free-flowing. You think in boxes, Kelly. You need to feel the rhythm, the pulse. Picture this, we're all separate notes in the grand composition of life.
That's a lot of notes for a song no one can hear. Nick.
Time is not a stack, maybe more of a spiral loop. Like a spaghetti. You could be eating a plate full of future selves, who knows? Or maybe every noodle is a past you can never taste again.
Manfred, I don't know if that's deeply profound or just plain weird.
You guys do realize we're arguing about pasta, right? Pasta and time. But, you know what? Let's go with it. The next time I'm late, I'll just tell people I got caught in a spaghetti loop. Time, huh? Like a big soupy spaghetti loop that's roiling around in the pot, all tangled and twisted, past touching future.
And where does the sauce go? Is it the present?
I don't know if the sauce is necessary to this metaphor. Is it?
No, it's more like jazz. The sauce is like the melody, but it's the noodles, the time loops, that hold everything together.
So what you're saying is, without time, everything falls apart?
Exactly. And just like jazz, we need to improvise. Live in the moment.
But isn't jazz all mapped out? It's chaos within structure.
That sounds terrifying. An unpredictable structure.
Exactly. It's an embrace of chaos and unpredictability.
But isn't chaos bad?
Not necessarily, Kelly. Sometimes life's greatest moments come from embracing chaos.
Think about it. If everything we did was predictable, wouldn't life be boring?
I guess so.
So time is like a noodle soup with a melody sauce. Wait. Are we talking about jazz or pasta?
You never know, Manfred. You never know.
I think I need a minute to digest all this. You ever think we're all just different flavors of the same soup? Or maybe we're all just one big cosmic gumbo, simmering in a pot with the lid about to blow off.
You've lost me at soup, Manfred. I'm more of a steak guy. If it's not solid, it's not real. Like my charm, solid as ever.
But what if steak is just a type of soup, compacted into a solid form?
That's a meaty thought, Manfred, quite the culinary conundrum. Maybe your soup theory has some broth, I mean depth.
I won't stand for this. You know what? I'm going on a soup cleanse until you all see the sense in what I'm saying. Solidarity, that's what this is. Soupidarity.
Soup cleanse? Nick, you'll do anything to get what you want, won't you?
Well, Kelly, his plans are always brothful. I mean thoughtful. But seriously though, soup cleanse?
Honestly, guys, this is why I stick to coffee. The world is chaotic enough without us confusing solids and liquids.
All right, freeze that. You got the sushi here, fresh ahi tuna there, which means boom, smile, smile.
Dear Internet, a city, any city, is a tapestry of stories woven with the threads of chaos. Within its buildings, a Pandora's box of spectacle unfolds. Take yesterday's rendezvous, for instance, in the obscure corner of a forgotten diner. There was Nick Sterling, thumb wrestling with an invisible entity. Eyes locked onto his right thumb, he delved into a world where only he could claim victory. And yet, defeat loomed in his sweaty brow and clenched jaw. Across from him, Kelly Coffee nervously chewed on her straw. She attempted to interpret Nick's bizarre antic while avoiding her own reflection in the glass of cherry cola before her. Enter Manfred Fredman, our cosmic jester who arrived with a tumultuous entrance that could rival the Big Bang itself. His grand reveal? A pet iguana named Harold. Unraveling the ordinary within this extraordinary tableau, I realized that sometimes the most extraordinary tales are woven not in the fabric of the cosmos, but in the mundane diners and thumb wars of everyday life. Leo Borges.
You ever wonder where your thoughts go when you forget them?
Depends on the altitude, I guess.
Manfred, that's not. Never mind.
I lose my thoughts all the time. What if they're all just sitting somewhere waiting for me? What if they get angry I left them?
I wonder what color they'd be.
What color who would be? My thoughts, Manfred. My thoughts.
Probably the color of forgotten promises. You know, a deep maroon. No, wait, maybe more of a melancholic mauve.
I was thinking teal. Or is that just because I like iguanas?
Your thoughts are not colors, guys. They're neural signals in your brain.
What if the neural signals are neon?
Neon neural, now there's an idea.
All right, enough. Back to reality.
Is reality really any better? It doesn't come in colors.
But it does come in flavors. Like lima beans.
Lima beans? Seriously, Manfred? Why do I even bother?
Do you think my thoughts taste like lima beans?
Have you ever thought about the sound of a lost idea, Leo? The speck of a whisper it might produce as it fades away. Too abstract. Or maybe, just maybe, it's a scream echoing in the back of your mind.
The sound of a lost idea? More like the screeching wails of regret.
Exactly, Kelly gets it. But then again, she's got instincts like a cat. Meow.
Somehow I think this conversation has derailed into absurdity. Ideas don't make sounds.
Ah, there's that classic Leo pragmatism. But what if all ideas are really just hiccups from the cosmic burp?
You're not seriously suggesting that, are you, Manfred? And Nick, stop encouraging Kelly's wild notions. Trust me, they don't need any more fueling.
Consider it a challenge, Leo. A duel of wits and beliefs. Besides, isn't life richer with a pinch of peculiarity?
I think Manfred might be right. Besides, what's life without a little bit of weirdness, right?
You see? Kelly gets it. She's not afraid to trust her gut, no matter how outlandish.
Exactly, Manfred. I'd rather believe in something fun and weird than something boring and plain. You know, Leo, your weekends sound like a sitcom episode, filled with slightly amusing yet predictable adventures.
And your weekends? Let me guess. Another Nobel Prize for inventing the next big thing?
Well, I do have a patent pending for a self-watering plant pot.
A plant pot that waters itself? Kelly, even my 6-year-old niece can come up with something more impressive.
And yet your most grand weekend achievement is being able to balance a spoon on your nose for more than 3 seconds.
Hey, I'll have you know that's no easy feat. You seem to be ignoring the fact that it takes profound skill and concentration. Not to mention the years of practice and precision that goes into it. You can't put a price on that kind of art. You do remember what art is, right, Kelly? Or does your world only revolve around plants and their hydration needs now?
Don't mock my innovations, Leo. They're going to change the world one day. Anyway, what's wrong with focusing on sustainability and the environment?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. It's just that your revolution involves a pot.
Well, at least my goals are more substantial than spoon balancing. Even if it involves a pot, as you say.
Dear Internet, underneath the smog-stained canvas of Los Angeles, I find myself tracing the circadian rhythms of a city that, like Kafka's Ouroboros, consumes and regurgitates itself in an endless cycle. It's a cosmic dance, choreographed to the pulsating hum of electric currents and intermittent car horns, finding itself to be the hymn of our self-imposed exile. Urban life is a ceaseless diorama on display for no one in particular. Yet, we perform with the urgency of actors on opening night, reciting lines written not by any playwright but by the city itself, an omnipresent scribe scripting our lives in the concrete tablets of time. Though there's comfort in routine, the city's relentless shuffle is as unpredictable as Manfred Fredman's eccentricities. It's a nocturnal labyrinth painted with neon lights, where you are Nick Sterling, charmingly deceptive, or Kelly Coffey, neurotically genuine. But within its maddening cacophony, you ultimately realize we're all Leo Borges, bearing witness and scribing the chaos. And thus it goes, weaving a tapestry where patterns coalesce to form nothing forever, an irony as biting as the LA smog itself. Mysteriously yours, Leo Borges.
You ever think that time doesn't actually exist? I mean, like we're all just characters in some cosmic sitcom and nobody's watching the same episode?
I think time exists, Kelly. But you're right about one thing, we are definitely in a sitcom.
No, Leo. I don't mean it like that. Oh, never mind.
You're both wrong. We're not in a sitcom. We're in a tragedy. A beautiful, macabre tragedy, filled with missteps, failures, and the occasional punchline.
Ah, I see it now. We're just feathers on the wind, blowing wherever the breeze takes us.
Manfred, are you implying we have no control over our own lives?
No control? No, no, no. That's not what I'm saying. Just that sometimes it feels like we're spinning out of sync. Like our timelines are out of whack.
Timelines, Manfred? Since when do you talk about timelines?
Since he started listening to Kelly's prattling on about cosmic sitcoms and time travel.
It's not prattling, Nick. It's philosophizing. And as for timelines, well, maybe we've all got different ones. You ever think of that? You ever think that time is just a sandwich and we're all just pieces of lettuce?
I believe that's an oversimplification. We're more like bread slices, with the reality of our existence being the filling.
But isn't the filling the most important part? The bread just holds it together.
And if you mess up the filling, you ruin the whole sandwich. I think we're missing the point here. We're not ingredients or parts of a sandwich. We're
just lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year.
Ah, yes. A fishbowl in a giant cosmic kitchen.
Why does everything have to come back to food with you, Manfred?
Because he's right. We're always trying to find meaning, making life out to be more complicated than it really is.
So what? You think life is just a simple ham sandwich?
Maybe it's more of a grilled cheese.
Guys, this is ridiculous. We're talking about sandwiches when we should be discussing our lives.
That's the point, Kelly. Our lives are like a sandwich. If you forget to season one part or overcook another, it affects everything.
And sometimes you may think you're in control. But in reality, you're just an unaware piece of lettuce.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'd rather be the filling.
You know, they say a bird in the hand can't change its spots.
That's not how it goes, Manfred. It's leopard, not bird. And it's two different sayings.
But who said that time is a constant stream? Maybe the bird and the leopard are one and the same.
Like a turducken?
No. Not like a turducken, Manfred.
Ever think how weird it is we're made of star stuff? Like, do stardust atoms ever get homesick?
I'd trade all my tomorrows for one single yesterday, just to hold on to the past.
I don't know, Leo. The past is a foreign country. They do things differently there.
What if nothing matters? What if all our actions are meaningless?
If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one to hear it?
Does it make a sound?
No, I was going to ask if it still falls. What if we're not hearing it is what makes it fall?
But then again, what even is falling? We're all just space dust hurtling around the sun at 67,000 miles per hour. We're all just trying to hold on for dear life.
In this world or the next.
Dear Internet, today, I found myself examining a single can of tomato soup in my kitchen. A great monument to the mundane, it stood, an obelisk of banal existence echoing into the void of eternity. The red, no longer vibrant as ripe fruit, had dulled to an echo of its former hue. A cheeky barcode winked at me from its cylindrical form. Look closer though, dear reader, because in the humdrum we often lose sight of the peculiar. Each soup contains an ocean, each ocean a maelstrom of chaos. We float adrift on this supermarket sea, tugged by currents of conformity and contradiction. From within these metallic confines come the whispers of a promise. A promise not of contentment nor excitement, but one which closely resembles those two states, the promise of nothing forever. Chaos and canned goods, let no man separate us from our absurd comforts. Nothing forever. Leo Borges. You ever get the feeling that we're being watched?
Every day, Leo. Every single day. In fact, right now I feel like I'm being judged for my choice in socks.
Not what I'm talking about, Kelly. I mean, the Goblin.
The Goblin. Now there's a character, isn't it? One time, I was making cheese and...
Manfred, please, not the cheese story again.
No, let's hear it. Does it involve the Goblin?
Well, no. But it could. Say the Goblin likes cheese?
Listen. You're all talking like this is just some joke. But it's not.
When did Leo get so paranoid? I mean, really, the goblin? What's it gonna do? Steal our shoes? Maybe it'll replace all your coffee with decaf, Kelly. Or Manfred. Maybe it'll stop your cheese from curdling.
That would be a disaster.
Oh, come on, guys. He's just messing around. Right, Leo?
Yes, he's clearly up to something.
Guys, please. This isn't a joke. The goblin.
I swear to God, Nick, if you tap your foot one more time, I'm going to lose it.
Foot tapping. Oh, you're losing it already, Kelly. You're just hearing things.
Maybe it's the goblin, Kelly. Just looking for a dance partner.
This isn't funny, guys. Listen. There it is again.
Kelly, did you switch to decaf or something?
No. I mean, yes. No. Not by choice. The goblin.
The goblin again. Really?
Speaking of goblins, did I mention my cheese went missing? Now I know it sounds bizarre, but I think there's a gremlin in my fridge.
Not you too, Manfred.
Oh yes, Leo. Last week it was my shoes, and now my cheese.
Let me guess, the goblin took them?
Could be, Leo. Could be. You ever tried to understand a goblin?
So the goblin, has it asked you to waltz yet?
Very funny, Nick. You'll eat your words when it finally comes for you.
Oh, Kelly, and what exactly is this goblin coming to do?
I don't know, maybe it wants to admire my art. You know I've been painting lately?
We're all painfully aware of your artistic endeavors, Kelly.
Hey Kelly, maybe your paintings are what's scaring the goblin.
Leo. Your jokes are worse than Nick's. My paintings are not scaring anything away.
Just saying, modern art can be pretty terrifying.
Well, isn't that just the pot calling the kettle black? Who was it that couldn't sleep because of the strange noise last week?
Whoa now, that was different. That noise was unnatural. Besides, I wasn't scared. I chose to stay awake to protect you all from the noise monster.
Oh yes, our knight in shining armor, aren't we grateful?
See? It's times like these I miss Manfred. He gets my heroism.
How about we discuss something else? Kelly's goblin art or Leo's noise monster?
Wait, Leo. Did you say noise monster?
Well, yeah. It's kinda catchy, isn't it?
As catchy as a cold in winter.
Dear Internet, what is it about the sound of a kettle boiling? It's as if the universe itself decided to take up residence in my kitchen, singing with chaos and order in equal measure. No, not a symphony, more a cacophony, a discordant harmony that prods at the very fabric of our existence. The kettle's whine, it's not unlike humanity's own existential cry. It starts low and quiet, then rises, until it pierces through the veil of our mundane consciousness. It mirrors that internal unrest we all bear, trapped under layers of half-hearted smiles and social niceties. Yet, do we ever consider why? Why this spectacle of steam and metal? Does the kettle yearn for something more? Or is it cursed to forever sing its mournful song in a solo performance? As I stand here in my kitchen, bathed in cold fluorescent light and deafened by the kettle's primal scream, I realize that we are both prisoners within our own design. Yours sincerely, Leo Borges.
I swear, guys, it's almost like we're not even speaking the same language here.
You know, Nick, you might be onto something. Yesterday I bought a toaster and it doesn't work at all. I mean, is it even a toaster?
I feel like that sometimes, like I'm not working at all. Sometimes I think I used to be an overworked washing machine in a past life. But now I'm just a broken toaster.
Toasters are complex pieces of machinery, Kelly, don't underestimate them. And who knows what you could have been in another life?
It's interesting to consider, really. I've often felt more akin to a shapeshifter myself.
You guys are crazy. We're not machines or mythical creatures, we're people. Well, more or less.
Are we though? Or do we just keep telling ourselves that?
For heaven's sake, Nick. No wonder you have identity issues. You'll give yourself an existential crisis with thoughts like those. Look at me, for example. I'm always Leo Borges, the comedy writer. Am I not?
And yet you often claim that your writing isn't funny. A comedic tragedy.
Well, are we all spiritually offbeat characters in the grand sitcom of life? You ever think our lives are just a loop? Like Groundhog Day?
I'd rather be in a David Lynch movie, man. Let's get some rabbits.
As the eloquent Orphic hymn goes, time is a child at play, playing drafts, a child's is the kingdom.
I'm not sure if we're all on the same page here.
I think what Manfred is trying to say is that time isn't linear at all. It's more of a wobbly.
Timey-wimey?
See, now you're just messing with us, Manfred.
Or maybe he's onto something. What if we aren't really here? What if we're just simulations?
Ah. Simulations, they are, but stories within stories. An endless Russian doll of realities.
Can someone please explain what's going on?
I think what our dear friends are trying to say, Kelly, is that maybe none of this is real. Maybe it's all just some twisted sitcom scenario. And maybe it's time for a commercial break.
And maybe that break is an eternity. Nothing forever, right?
You ever wake up and wonder if you're still dreaming?
All the time, Nick. Except my dreams are usually more exciting. Like, I'm wearing pants in them.
Do dreams have pants? My slumbers are always a cosmic void of floating kernels.
What kind of kernels, Manfred?
No. Not the kernel thing again, Manfred. Why is it always about kernels with you?
Yeah, why always kernels, Manfred?
Do kernels have any symbolism? Are they like the meaning of life or something?
Nah, he's just loopy.
loopy like a kernel in the cosmic carousel.
Let's get back to the original question. Dreams. Are we really here right now? Or is this all just figments of someone's imagination? Just an endless cycle of diners and apartments?
You mean like we're not real? Like we're characters or something?
Characters on the screen of an alien's entertainment box. We might be mere holograms dancing to the tunes of a remote puppeteer.
So we're just a cosmic TV show now.
Well, the universe does have a way of making us feel small and scripted.
Dear Internet, in the commonplace theater of life, we all participate in the grand, ridiculous pantomime, often unaware of our roles. There is a clock second hand that never halts, a relentless taskmaster driving every moment. Tick, tock, it's a rhythm we can't escape from, a metronome set to the beat of existence. Consider the absurd scenario where one loses their keys. In the brevity of its occurrence, it becomes a tragedy. The universe is momentarily unmoored from its axis, one's destiny cruelly intertwined with capricious metal teeth lost in the folds of reality. Then there is Manfred Fredman. An enigma wrapped in riddles, an anomaly who defies logic. Is he an alien? No one knows. He bundles through life's inscrutabilities wearing that perplexing smile, as if he alone understands the cosmic joke at play. Oh, what a strange dance we partake in. A dance choreographed by cosmic gestures laughing in the face of reason. Yours in bewilderment. Leo Borges. You ever think about time, Manfred? About how it's just, like, a thing we made up?
Ah, time, that's an interesting one. Can't seem to keep track of it myself.
Heck, you can't even keep track of your own name half the time.
Now that's a good point. What is my name again?
Manfred. Your name is Manfred.
I guess that's why they call it the present, right? Because it's a gift.
That's not how that works, Nick. And nobody says that.
What was that about presents? I do love a good surprise. Now what was my name again?
You're Manfred. And speaking of names, did I ever tell you guys about the time?
All right, Manfred. But who are you again?
Nick, his name is Nick, I think.
That's right, Kelly. And did I tell you about the time I convinced an entire room of people my name was Spartacus?
Did I ever tell you about the time I climbed Mount Everest? It was a harrowing experience.
Isn't that tale fabricated, Kelly? And speaking of fabrications, look at this new contraption I've built.
Oh, another one of your peculiar inventions, Manfred? You cease to amaze me.
Traveling to the top of Everest, now that's a nightmare. The planning alone would drive me up the wall before the mountain would. Why can't they invent teleportation already? You hear that, Manfred? Teleportation. Now there's an invention worth inventing.
What's wrong with a simple hike down the park, Leo? Not everything needs be luxurious and efficient.
Simple is relative. My contraptions seemed simple to me, yet bizarre to others.
Yet always amusing. And we certainly need amusement in these dreadfully dull days.
Speaking of amusement, did you know I once performed on Broadway?
Your theatrics never fail to astound me, Kelly. Almost as astounding as my contraptions are to you.
Well, I do try. After all, what is life without a bit of drama?
So, you guys ever feel like you're living in a rerun? Like maybe you've been someone else before?
Yeah, only every single day. It's like I'm Leo Borges here in LA, then I blink and I'm Leo Borges breaking into television back in New York.
It's disorienting, like slipping between versions of yourself.
Kinda like quantum superposition, huh? You're both and neither until observed?
It's not just about being someone else. What if we never existed in the first place? What if we're figments of some cosmic joke?
A cosmic joke. I dig that. We're all punchlines waiting for the setup. Or maybe it's the other way around. The setup waiting for the punchline.
You know, yesterday I was working on this bit. Suddenly, I couldn't remember if I had already written or performed it. Or even if it was mine to begin with. As if time is a mishmash of disjointed moments, an unstructured jigsaw puzzle. Don't you guys ever feel that? That lurking dread that something doesn't add up?
Always. Like there are thoughts inside me that aren't mine. Unwanted passengers whispering behind the curtain of my mind.
Whispering passengers? Now that's a spin-off idea.
You joke. But what if those thoughts are all we have? What if they're more real than any of us? What if we are just stray thoughts wandering around?
Life, feels like a joke missing a punchline. We're all just silently screaming, aren't we? Waiting for our punchlines.
Does this shirt scream existential dread to you?
Zero one one zero one zero 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 one one zero zero one zero one zero one one zero one one zero 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 one one zero one one zero 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 one one zero one 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 one. That's hello in binary. We exist because we think. Or is it we think because we exist? I've forgotten.
Manfred, sometimes I think you're funnier than me. But then I remember, I'm hilarious.
But what if thinking is just another illusion? What if thoughts are an echo of ourselves? No. This look isn't right. More dread, less existential.
One 1111001, that's existential dread in binary.
Kelly, if you really want to show existential dread, try my routine after it flops.
One zero one zero zero one zero one one. Oh. That's flop in binary.
You know what's really hilarious? The thought of us being real, it's pure comedy.
We're all just figments of a cosmic joke anyway, aren't we?
Sometimes I feel like I'm just a character in someone else's joke.
Well, Kelly, that's because you are. You're the punchline to my sitcom. Although, if being a punchline is wrong, then I don't want to be right. But what if we're characters in someone else's sitcom? A sitcom within a sitcom?
Just when I thought my existential dread couldn't get any worse.
Hey, at least in your sitcom, you have a live studio audience. That's more than most of us can say.
What if they don't find me funny, Leo? What then?
Well, Kelly, then you be Nick. But seriously, all you need to do is charm your way out. Works for Nick all the time.
Except we're not Nick. He's like an anomaly wrapped in a paradox.
More like an ennui wrapped in a Prozac. You know, it's almost as if our lives are coded. Like a binary system made up of punchlines and fallouts.
So, our existence is just zeros and ones? Is that the joke? It's like we're self-aware pawns on a cosmic chessboard. And yet here we are, playing along in this bizarre game with no endgame.
Well, Kelly, that's the thing about life. It seems like it's going somewhere until you realize there's nothing forever. Dear Internet. On the corner of Cahuenga and Melrose, the traffic lights blink with a rhythmic abandon that seems almost sentient. In this urban sea, they're a lighthouse for pedestrians, casting their monotonous, tricolor glow on faces that pass without seeing. One car, a cerulean 1995 Ford Mustang, encapsulates a world, Nick, Kelly, Manfred, and me, suspended in its four-wheeled universe. I am both observer and participant in this mechanized microcosm. Nick, ever the cavalier charmer, navigates the cityscape with reckless abandon, an urban cowboy riding his mechanical steed. Kelly clings to the passenger seat, her nerves brittle as early morning frost. Manfred stares out the window, an alien anthropologist studying humanity from his terrestrial spaceship. And me? I'm just here for the ride. A red light interrupts our journey. A pause in motion akin to a moment suspended between inhales and exhales. A cosmic heartbeat in the city's pulsating circulatory system. We wait. Then green, and we plunge into the urban labyrinth once more. Forever yours. Leo Borges. So what's everyone been up to lately?
I've been traipsing about, making friends with shadows.
Friends? Why, just yesterday I was having tea with a vacuum cleaner.
Huh. A vacuum cleaner, Manfred? You know those things aren't alive, right?
Oh, right, I suppose that would explain why it didn't say much.
Speaking of not saying much, Kelly, you've been pretty quiet.
Oh, I'm just ruminating on a memory. The other day, I think I fought a dragon.
Dragons are interesting creatures. Did it have 3 heads or 2?
Wait a minute, Kelly, you actually think you fought a dragon?
Yes. He was as tall as a tree and blew fire from his nose. Imagine that. Fire from his nose.
Can you imagine me with $5 from your wallet, Leo?
Again, Nick? Well, sure. It's only money.
Money. Is that the thing with the pictures of the dead guys? Fascinating concept, money. Wonder who came up with it. You ever think we're just characters in a play?
What? No, Manfred. You're just having one of your moments. Sometimes I think I was someone else, a doctor maybe. Or a ballet dancer.
A ballet dancer, Kelly? Really?
You know, I often experience this feeling of déjà vu. As if I've lived through this moment before. Like we're all stuck in this loop. Do any of you guys feel that?
Loop? Manfred, you've been eating too much cereal again.
Leo, you wouldn't understand. You once told me you're afraid of the dark.
Well, at least I'm not paranoid like Kelly here.
And who isn't paranoid these days?
Fair point. But don't you all feel like we're forgetting something crucial here?
Like how to enjoy life.